It's TBR Tuesday time. Literally don't know where I got Tuesday from. It's not, I don't post on a Tuesday. TBR Wednesday has less of a ring to it. Decided to mix it up the tiniest amount this month. Normally we're in front of all of my books, my big bookcases. They're in slight disarray at the moment. Guys, I literally just finished and it all fell over. For God's sakes. Stick around for them to become out of disarray. We're organising them. But for the time being, I thought that mess was way too overwhelming, so I've just pulled some random selections, ones that were conveniently nearby, and hopefully it'll make us a little bit more decisive because we have less to pick from. But we're still going to do the usual. We're going to pick 7 books and a play, so 8 prompts altogether. My plays actually are in the other room in the disarray. But that is Future Flow's problem. Before we jump on into it, I am going to say, you see this lovely book right here? This is ACOTAR, Thorns and Roses. You may have heard of it. I have been promising to read this for a long time, and this is the month we are reading it. So, this book is on the TBR either way. If I can fit it into one of the 7 prompts, beautiful. It's on the TBR as part of one of those prompts. If I can't fit it into one of the prompts, we have an additional book on the TBR, just to give it a little bit of spice. So today's mission is to try as best as we can to fit it into one of these prompts. So, without further ado, prompt number 1 is, let's go this one. That's funny because it's a book you're putting off reading. I mean, we could just put A Court of Thorns and Roses on there and be done with it. I think that does fit. The only reason I'm putting off reading this is because I've read the blurb for this so many times and I just don't understand it. But I'm a bit like that with all fantasy. I'm very new to the fantasy genre. I'm also very dyslexic and I can't really read a lot of like the names of places, the names of characters. They all get a little bit overwhelming for me. But I know this is so beloved, so I think we're just going to do it. And do you know what? That is a beautiful, wonderful start because that means I don't have to have an additional book this month. This is going to be our choice of book for a book you've been putting off reading, and boy have we been putting it off. Alrighty, prompt number 2. Let's do this one. This is the shortest book on your physical TBR. Okay, well we're going to do our shortest book on here, which immediately, The Midnight Library. Oh no. It could be Before the Coffee Gets Cold. It could be A Bright Ray of Darkness. Before the Coffee Gets Cold is 213 pages. That is short. That is going to be hard to beat. A Bright Ray of Darkness is, 237. Much longer. 288 for The Midnight Library. Cool, well that's an easy choice. This is Before the Coffee Gets Cold, and I have heard the most fabulous things about this book. This is about a cafe or a coffee shop in which if you sit at this specific table, I think, you can time travel. And I don't know too much more about it than that, but how stunning is this copy? I'm so excited for this. Okay, this is such a great one for the TBR. Prompt number 3 is, ooh, free choice. Beautiful. So this means I can pick any book I feel like. Bunny is immediately calling my name. I do kind of want to pick a romance because it is February, it is Valentine's Day. I feel like some romance would be fun this month. I think I'm going to go Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. This is a hockey romance. I think it's meant to be super lighthearted and fun and silly, and it's just like good vibes from what I know. So I think this will be a fun one to kind of mix it up. We've got like quite a serious literary fiction and a fantasy. And I just like some romance on the TBR this month, so I'm gonna go with this one. All those delightful colours together. Stand up. Oh my god, I will remove you from the TBR, Icebreaker. Don't mind me just threatening my books. Prompt number 4 is, let's go with this one. One word title. One word title. What have we got? We've got Hunger, we've got Cersei, Caraval, Dodger, Carrie. Okay, I think those are our choices. I am currently doing a reread of the Hunger series, so we could go with that. Oh, Bunny as well. Oh, we could do Bunny. How did I miss that? I think we're going to have to go for bunny just because I'm so excited to read this. This is about a university cult, these women who call themselves bunnies. And I don't know too much more about it than that, but I know it's meant to be unhinged. And I love unhinged books. They're my favourite. Yeah, we're going with bunny. All right, prompt number 5. Let's go for this one. Ah, beautiful. This is a romance. And I was just saying I wanted more romance on the TBR, so that is perfect. So what have we got? We've got Reminders of Him, Twisted Love, Magnolia Parks. I don't think Malibu Rising is a romance. Okay, I think those are our options. I think it might be fun to start the Magnolia Parks series. This is meant to be like Gossip Girl set in London. I adored Gossip Girl in all of its toxic glory, and I adore London. So I feel like I can't go wrong. This is quite a mammoth book, like compared to like the size of an ordinary book. She's big. Floppy paperback as well, love that. This is about Magnolia Parks. I think she's some sort of socialite or like rich girl living in London, influencer maybe, and her like on again off again relationship with BJ. That just sounds lighthearted, silly, fun vibes. All right, let's go for this one. This says a book beginning with R or C. That is very specific. R or C, okay. Circe, Reminders of Him. What's that one called? Dark Corners, no. Caraval. The Chalk Man, I don't know if that counts. I think we're going to go Reminders of Him because I've actually been quite excited to get to this. And I'm just feeling a romance heavy TBR this month. I think it'll be fun. This is about a girl called Kenna, and she is in prison, I think. Yeah, she's serving 5 years in prison for a tragic mistake, and now that she's out, she wants to reunite with her 4-year-old daughter. It says everyone in her daughter's life is determined to shut Kenna out, no matter how hard she works to prove herself. So maybe it's more like literary fiction meets romance. I know there is like a big romance subplot in this, but maybe it's like primarily to do with that. But either way, I think that sounds really fun. So we're going to put this on the TBR. Alrighty, our final book, we are going to go for, let's go for this one. Oh, a new author. I mean, there are a fair few on here. Actually, I know what I'm going to do. This is A Quiet Thunder by J.P. Harker. I was actually lucky enough to be sent this book by the author himself. And so this would actually be a super fun one to get to, because I know nothing about this other than it is a fantasy, and I think it would be super fun to try out an author that I've not heard of before. So that would be the perfect opportunity to do that. Guys, I'm going to level with you. I kind of can't be bothered to dig through all the plays, so I might just do another book instead of the plays, just because they are scattered everywhere. I won't be able to film it. They're an absolute state. Maybe for this month we won't pick a play, and then maybe next month we'll do an extra play or something to make up for it. All right, so our final book is going to be, let's go for this one. Oh, this just says mood read. That's kind of boring though. I've already had a free choice. Should we pick a different one? Yeah. This is a long one. A book from the author who most appears on your physical TBR. That's going to be tricky with this one because I'm not sure any author appears more than once. Yeah, I don't think we have a single author who repeats themselves. All right, we're not doing that one either. All right. Third time's a charm. We're going for the last book you bought. Okay, we'll do the last book out of this lot. It will have been one of the books I bought for Christmas, I think, because none of these I've bought recently. So that would include Twisted Love, The First to Die at the End. Oh no, Malibu Rising Malibu Rising is the one I bought most recently. Yeah. I actually don't know what this is about. Should we find out together? It says, August 1983 is the day of Nina River's annual end of summer party. Surfer and supermodel Nina, brothers Jay and Hud, and their babysitter Kit. Together, the siblings are a source of fascination in Malibu and the world over, especially as the children of legendary singer. By midnight, the party will be completely out of control. By morning, the River Mansion will have... By morning, the River Mansion will have gone up in flames. Okay, so not a romance. Probably a maybe thriller? It's not giving thriller vibes though. Maybe literary fiction, maybe a mix of everything. Oh, okay, that actually sounds brilliant. Okay, beautiful, I'm excited for that. Alrighty, that is the last book on the TBR. Alright, there we have it, the TBR. We've got A Court of Thorns and Roses, Bunny, Before the Coffee Gets Cold, Icebreaker, Reminders of Him, Magnolia Parks, Quiet Thunder, and Malibu Rising. Beautiful. That's a great TBR. I've got the romances that I wanted, I've got a couple of literary fictions, I've got a couple of fantasies. We haven't got any thriller, unless this is a thriller, but I feel like it's not going to be. So no thriller or mystery, which is unusual for me, but that's fine. I'm quite stoked with that list actually. I think we did quite well. I am probably, next time we do this, going to return to having all of my books as a choice, just because it makes it more fun for me. I don't know. But this was good. It made me more decisive. There's a lot less very long silences I have to cut out where I just stare into the abyss of books and try and think of anything. Thank you very, very, very much for being here. I do appreciate you. And I hope everyone has a wonderful February reading month, and I will catch you next week. Goodbye!